hari-hari. Tak cukup dengan kekuatan Najib, kerana Najib ini seorang Perdana Menteri yang lemah, maka dia terpaksa outsource kepada perkasa dan juga kepada retired elders umur 87 Tun Dr. Mahathir. Saya tak memarah dia. Kalau Lim Guan Eng marah dia, saya boleh faham. Tapi saya tak boleh marah, kerana Mat Sabu nanti kata saya memang orang kanan Mahathir dulu. Jadi saya ada simpati dengan dia sedikit, ya. Tetapi hari ini jadi Permatampau, program perkasa Permatampau di UiTM. He now is the chief spokesperson for Perkasa, defending the Malays, the survival of the Malays, and protecting the Malays from Chinese dominance, particularly the DAP. So Guan Eng, listen carefully. Mahathir has given a stern warning. Don't ever dare. Now let me answer sebelum Mat Sabu dan Guan Eng sekejap lagi. Apa saya kata? Mahathir, you dah diberikan peluang 21 tahun. 21 years. You can be either a good leader or a rotten leader. Now, if after 21 years as Prime Minister of the country, and you don't realize that your task is to build a united, just Malaysian society, Malays, Chinese, Indians, Dayak, then you are completely irrelevant and obsolete in your ideas and your views. Dan faktor kedua, kita kena faham, orang-orang ini fighting tooth and nail at all costs to defend the government. Kata dia untuk Melayu, untuk pertahankan ketuhanan Melayu. Tapi kita tahu siapa yang monopoli kontrak minyak berpuluh bilion, anak Mahathir. Siapa yang kuasai syarikat Arab terbesar, hidup Melayu. The biggest syarikat Arab di Asia Tenggara dikontrol oleh keluarga Mahathir, Mirza Tun Mahathir, hidup Melayu. Jadi saudara, yang nak dipertahankan itu ialah kontrak. Dia economic monopoly, not justice, not even for the Malays, for the majority of Chinese here. May I reiterate my earlier point? You'll be wrong if you assume that UMNO fights and defend the rights of the Malays. They fight, they defend the position, power, influence, contracts for their family members and their cronies, not the popular mass Malays in the street and the villages. Yeah. Kita dalam keadilan DAP PAS, berapapun dia boleh bicara, saya nak beritahu bahawa kita committed untuk bawa perubahan dan change, dan bagi kita ini cara nak selamatkan negara. Saudara tahu banyak kes, saya tengok PJ Utara, you are quite familiar with the facts. I don't want to bore you with the contracts, AES, PKFZ, Lembu. Can you imagine? Kontrak you ambil, IPP you ambil, syarikat simen you ambil, gula you ambil, Lembu pun you angkat. Siaran gitu. Now, I used to quote Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi sebut politics of conscience. A great fighter for Indian independence, Mahatma Gandhi, Gandhiji. He articulates a position, a political philosophy that is relevant in our struggle, or to our struggle. that when you fight and demand for change, it must be dictated by the habits of the heart and by your conscience. Not because of power, not because of wealth, not because of popularity. It must be out of conscience. And how can you assume these UMNO leaders have any conscience left when funds allocated for poor cattle farmers you can steal and rob without sense of shame? And therefore we say shame to UMNO leaders. Semua sapu. Dulu orang kata guna penyapu, dia sapu habis. Elektrik sapu, beras sapu, gula sapu, pot sapu, proton sapu, AES sapu. Sapu is not sufficient. They are now using vacuum cleaner to suck everything. From the largest contractor this morning, di Parlimen baru ini kita lawan soal Global Financial Integrity Report. Di India, bila GFI report itu didedahkan di India kali pertama beberapa tahun yang lalu, media India mengatakan the Great Indian Robbery, rompakan. Why? Weshamo? Sebab media di India bebas. Di Malaysia tahun 2010, 1 tahun saja, 2010, berapa banyak wang haram, illicit funds, from corruption, from illegal sources, from cheating, mispricing, transfer pricing, semua cara penipuan, without record, without going through the banking systems and record the central bank. Berapa banyak dikeluarkan? 190 billion ringgit 1 year, 2010. Kita nombor 2 di dunia. Bukan nombor 2 kerja, bukan nombor 2 clean government, bukan nombor 2 productivity, nombor 2 rompak. Nombor 2 rompak hadiahnya kepada Malaysia di bawah Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak. Tahniah. And again, no sense of shame. Can you imagine if any one of us, I happen to be Minister of Finance, and then read a report, sir, 190 billion ringgit of illicit funds outflow from Malaysia, and I shut up, no comments. No sense of shame. Precisely. 190 billion, no investigation, no study, no response from the central bank, not EPU, not the treasury. This is what we call the conspiracy of silence, a web of deceit to squander public wealth. And we Malaysians, we the Malays, we the Chinese, Indians, Dayak, Kanatan must stand up and make sure Uber. Jadi sudah lihat, dan saya tidak mau teruskan dengan banyak soal-soal lain. Bagi saya bagi contoh, kerana 17 hari bulan yang lalu kita bagi tarikh wakil, a representative from GFI, wakil dari GFI setuju datang dengan syarat ada wakil daripada kerajaan, wakil daripada negara, dan dia akan pertahankan report dia. Apa jawapan? No. Dia tak mau datang. Bank negara, perbendaraan, treasury, Najib, none of them prepared to appear and face GFI officials to defend the report that hundreds of billions of ringgit worth of funds stolen, outflow from Malaysia, what is termed as illicit outflow of funds from the country. Sudah, these elections is not about Anwar or Mat Sabu or Lim Guan Eng. It's not about keadilan, DAP or PAS or Pakatan Rakyat. These elections is about us. It's about us as a country. It's about us Malaysians. It's about saving this country. I can't do much. The leaders have their limitations. But as I've said in Stadium Negara, Stadium Merdeka, and may I humbly reiterate, we cannot promise much, but we can promise you one thing. And knowing not only Guardian leaders and friends like Duan A in DAP, Tony Pua and the rest, Mat Sabu, Ustaz Hadi, Tohuruni Aziz and the rest in PAS and Keadilan, I can and we can promise you one thing. We can promise you one thing, and no way can we compromise on this principle. Please look at me. I mean it. And I want to give you this categorical assurance. I and my friends will promise you that we in the leadership of Pakatan Rakyat will never, never, never allow leaders to plunder and rob the wealth of this country.